Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, November 22nd, 9:17 a.m. in the East Coast. We're about to stream for the last time for this week. We're going to be streaming daily from around 9 o'clock till 12. Some days we're probably going to go a little longer. Some days we're going to end the stream earlier, like we did yesterday. Like today, I think I have an appointment about 12, so probably going to be ending it earlier. And also, today's Friday. It's one of those days that I trade very cautiously. I mean, should trade very cautiously every day, but Friday is definitely one of those days that you have to be mindful of a lot of manipulation and just liquidity can be lacking on a Friday. So just some weird stuff happens on Friday, especially in the later in the day. So that's why we're gonna hit it and quit it today. Just right now, we're looking at the market from this overnight. We had some down movement, and then right around 5:30, 6 o'clock, market starting to go higher. So let's look at news. I don't think there's any much or a lot of news today. There's the 22nd. We had some news in the morning here for the British pound and the CAD and the Canadian dollar. But 9:45, definitely that's the time we're gonna have to keep an eye on. So flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. So that means I will not be taking the position until probably around 10 o'clock. We're gonna let the market absorb the news and really digest the news and let it settle. And probably after 10, we may look to take a position today. So we'll just do a lot of watching today, which is what the market usually you should be doing when you're trading. 80% of the time, you should be on the sidelines. 80 to 90% of the time, you should be on the sidelines, watching and waiting for that one nice setup, that the high probability setup. Now, there's no guarantee in trading, but it's a game of probabilities. So some setups, some situations are just like more likely to work than others. So once you determine those, it's it's a game of on the long run you'll be a winner, and knowing when not to trade. Actually, I think it's more important than knowing when to trade, because when to trade will usually be obvious. You know, when you get into a nice trend and get a nice pullback, some market has some rhythm, you know what to do. But when the market is not clear and you're trying to trade in it, sometimes it's just best to just stay on the sidelines. So that's that. Let me look at overnight how we did. Actually, I have this already. Trading view here. Let's just go to trading view and see what we get. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at it from. That's why I wasn't logged in. This is from my. This is from the VPS. Let me get a screen from a regular computer and I'll move it over. Mm. So as we're saying right now, we're definitely gonna be in waiting mode to see what's gonna happen, because got news at 9:45. Just want to make sure that everything is, the news is behind us and everything is lined up to to where we can make informed decision based on what the price is doing, not so much on you know the randomness of price when it gets to news release, because that can be very, very random. SPX, let's look at SPY. Let's move this over here. So that's the SPY ETF. Let's see, post market yesterday went down. Pre market now it's a little up, like we already saw in the ES. Actually, those zones, this is a 30-minute chart on the ES. Those zones on the brown zone here, I drew them yesterday. This was resistance over here, and when I drew them yesterday, thinking this, and today, again, as usual, as most of the time, past resistance become future support. So that's what happened here in the morning. A couple hours after London opens, we have nice support here. Bounce up, retest it, and going higher. Now, based on how things have been going this week, I'm not sure. I think I got rid of the daily chart, but let me quickly put a daily chart on here. So I can see just on the price action for the daily. Ooh. Okay, there you go. Alright, let me get rid of those executions. Yeah. Like we've been saying, this market has been in an uptrend for a while now. Since that big dip right here in July. Put this trend line here. Today could be this Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So far, each day it's been really like some kind of bullish day. This one, Wednesday was more like a doji on the daily, but I think we might finish the week with a bang here. Depends on how the news come. They may use the news as an excuse to move the market up or down here. So that's why we will have to wait to see what will happen. But we at now, if you use Fib in your trading, we're right at the 61.8 retracement level, which could be a bounce point to go lower. So today, it's really not clear yet, but if we get a continuation from the morning move, it may go in higher, but we can reverse also. That's especially here we have a 30-minute fair value gap. They haven't closed above it, so, and then there's a mini gap, value gap over here as well, upside. So today could be one of those days that just range. Could be a range bound day today, but we'll have to wait and see. But definitely there's potential here for the market to go higher. There's a trend line right here. That's exactly where the market hit that trend line and turned back down. So I would have to see a break and maybe a break and a retest of that trend line to go higher. So that's the ES. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Yeah, Nasdaq is already looks like he wants to go lower. So same thing happened here with the Nasdaq. They're very, very highly correlated. So we would expect that. This was resistance. When I drew this yesterday at some point for resistance, then break it, kind of really got everybody long here at the open yesterday, and then went all the way down. Yesterday was definitely a zigzag day, up and down, up and down. And then right now we're looking, with everything going on here. I think my bias for today could be short. I think I'm probably going to be favoring the short here, but we'll have to wait to see what happened with the news at 9:45. So it's 9:28, 2 minutes to the open. So just gotta wait and see what happened. With that, I'm gonna put this a little lower. Again, we're not gonna be. These are our entry charts. Usually, I use those three charts here: top left, top middle, and bottom middle for entries. I look those 3-4 entries, and then the bottom left, it's more like my structure chart on the 5 minute. And also I look at my levels on there too. Some levels and kind of see. Okay, it's 9:29. Looks like we getting some little movement in here. We look at market internals and also a little bit of structure, because we got some trend line here automatically, and that's our global. The dotted yellow line is our Globex VWAP. Above that, usually we're gonna try to favor longs, and below it favor short. But again, it's all in context. So because we got news at 9:45, we're not gonna even think about taking a position before that. So the market just open here. Looks like we're pushing higher. That was a quick turnaround in the NQ. The NQ was all the way down here at 72. That's already up more than about 45 points. And, the NQ can definitely fly. So with that said, I'm going to sit here and wait and see how, just watch what the market is doing for the next, next 30 minutes. Because we're not really not gonna do much trading here. This level here at 68.75 on the ES is more like a line in the sand. That was resistance here. Typically above that you're gonna favor some longs, below it favor shorts. So we can see a bounce. Let's see if it's gonna hit here and bounce higher. So far, the internals are all red. So, NQ, we have the VWAP. So we can bounce higher here. Again, we could do a quick scalp, but typically I don't like to trade the first 5 minutes anyway. But could this be? I usually talk about the double pullback. Could this be it? We don't know. We don't know yet. It's too early to tell here. Because it looks like they're selling off right now. So could that be this? Getting some people short here to reverse it and go to the next level, which is the next resistance level. It's 59.84. So, yeah, it looks like they're doing the double pullback here. Here at 70 and a quarter, 3/4, be up a couple points already. So, just make sure I have Live data. Yeah, my data is good. Got, no lag. So they did the double pullback here as likely they would do. Okay. Now they had a pivot, so they had a resistance here. They probably will come back down and or they may keep pushing higher. Let's move my order flow chart over here. Yeah, some aggressive buying here at the open. All these cyan colors here are aggressive buys compared to one aggressive sell. So some sellers got trapped down here and they're moving the market higher right now. So there you go. Again, so far we had a decent week. So that's another thing with Fridays. Once you have a decent week trading, you don't want to give it back on Friday. I know as a human psychologist says, oh, we're gonna have 2 days off from trading, Saturday and Sunday. Let's just try to trade as much as we can on the Friday, and that's the worst thing that we can do, especially if you had a decent week. You don't want to be over trading, thinking you don't want to give back your gains. So with that, again, everything looking bullish right now. So let's see what happened. Got a couple signals on. Obviously, here in this signal, short on the Raptor would not be going short. It's against the band. It's against the trend. So this one signal that just pointed here, and this one, especially this one was a decent one, very very decent one because we know that double pullback. Plus we have support here at 59.68 and 3/4. Honestly, I mean, you could have just put a buy limit right here and go long. So I'm gonna take a sip of my tea and sit back and relax here for a little bit. This light blue line here is it's a it's a price level where the market turned around over, last night, and it hit it, and it's turning around to the downside here. So so pretty significant negative delta here. So if you're not familiar with delta, delta is basically the difference between the aggressive buyers and the aggressive sellers. How many contracts have been bought on the ask, and how many contracts have been sold on the bid, and the difference between those two numbers will give us it'll be a positive number if there are more aggressive buys than sells, and it'll be a negative number if there's more aggressive sells than buys. So like right now it's at 251, 241. So meaning it was at one point at 600, meaning the buyers are getting back in position here to push this market higher. Delta is definitely getting, higher and higher. So meaning it doesn't always work like that. Again, we got to take everything in context. There's no one magic formula, but you could tell Delta was trending in the way that the buyers were winning. They were winning that fight. So wow, we may get a breakout to the upside here, get a new high. Yeah, just puncture it by a couple ticks, and now if you had your stop up there, now your stop up being triggered. So remember, it's a buy stop. If you sold at that level, you got a buy stop here as your stop. So meaning you get more fuel for the buyers. So you can see a lot of aggression here from on the buying side. Again, we're not gonna get into the market because we already made a decision to say, hey, at 9:45 news, we're not gonna trade. So it's more important really to stay with your wool, stay with your plan, than trying to make money at any cost, because the market is gonna be here to Monday, hopefully. So it's best to just stick with your plan. But what we said is this trend line was going to be key. If we close above this trend line, you know, I'm sorry, the buyers clearly are in charge at the moment. So what I would like to see happening is they may use the news as a way to pull it back and go, or even the news can even give it more fuel to go higher. So at the moment we're at a resistance level here at 59.84. That's a primary resistance here. But we may get a little pullback coming back to 77. Could be something that they do, because again, this was resistance and this was resistance overnight as well. If we scroll back here, I don't have even to scroll back all the way to this chart, but let's go look on the bottom right here. We see that this was resistance at 10:30 last night, around 10 o'clock last night. So now we're approaching fair value gap created. Let me make this bigger. This fair value gap was created a while ago now, actually. That was created 8 days ago. So a little over a week ago. So they're just testing it for the first time. So we definitely may see a rejection to this in this area here. 3 minutes to the news. Let's see, we got 2.5 minutes to the news. So we definitely gonna be very, very patient here, because and see what happened. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring this market back down all the way here before they move higher. With this previous high. Once again, they get some people longs here. Some people had to probably some buy stop over here. So, oh yeah, we're gonna go long on the break of the previous day high. And right now they're experiencing a little bit of pain because they're down a little bit. But with this news coming, gonna wait and see what happens. Let me drop a fib here for the day so far for that up move. And right here is the 618 too. Yeah. So that zone here, there's a lot of confluence for them to bring it all the way back down to this way. We got a fair value gap. We got a previous support, previous resistance. That's not support. It's the backside of this trend line that could be served as support. Again, they might. If you're long here, you're definitely not long at the best position. They may come back and wipe you out before they move it higher. But since it's news, they may just continue to take off, continue to fly higher here. So that's why we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. About 10 seconds to the news. Let me grab my okay, news came out. Let's see what kind of result we get here. 9:45. Okay, news is positive. It looks like it news is positive here. So that could be a reason again for the market to keep going higher. But that's not always the case. Because the news is positive, that deeper pullback may not happen here. They may come back to this level instead. That overnight high, they may come back to it and make it as a support and then go higher. So, with that said, we're gonna wait. Gonna wait and see how the cookie crumbles here. Yeah, that light blue line could come back and test it to the downside, but they may not, because again, news is positive, structure is up, even though the market is a little expensive right now. So that's why they may come back and give us a little discount to get long here. And the internals are pretty bearish, but again, that was from early on. So 59.77 could be a level to watch here to go along to see how the market is going to react to that. We'll wait and see. As I mentioned earlier, market's expensive, so I wouldn't want to be buying all the way up here. Would want to wait for at least a pullback to preferably 77. They may even go back all the way down to 70. If you look at the bottom left chart here, 70 is a nice little support level. Could be a nice support level if they get back down here. So we'll have to be patient here. The trend is, the immediate trend right now is down. But again, I'm not going to trust a downtrend at this point with everything that transpired pre-market and the market opened higher from 9:30, started to go higher. Then we have positive news. But again, this sell-off is understandable. So we're not gonna. The first positive bar here, we're not gonna try to go long because we can still be in a downtrend. But if we can get a push up and then a retest, we might be going long. So let's see if we can maybe get a couple bars to the downside here. So they got close to the 77. They got to 78 and a half. So I'm going to get ready with my NDT to place an order to the long side, probably at 82.75 if we get there. $83.25. That's where my order is to go long. Again, if it doesn't close higher, it's gonna cancel it automatically. So that means exactly. And also, it was starting to range a little bit. So, all right. So we're going a little lower here. So let's see if we can get, if we get to 77, then let's see how the market reacts to that level. And we had a support level too with the NQ, so which is a good sign that if we both had support, both markets trying to move higher here, that could be a good sign to go. Now this market, there's a little range. Got a range indicator on this that tells me, give me two lines saying, hey, this is a range here. Maybe something higher here. The background is pink, so that's not that would be a very aggressive. Now we get a gray background, meaning indecision here, or there's no agreement between the smaller bar sizes and the bigger ones. So yeah, definitely this one out. I do want to go long here, but we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Now, looking at the Raptor, the cloud is kind of angling down. That's another reason, maybe to wait and see. Go more above both clouds, both bands, and go from there. All right. So again, here, if we go move higher, above 84, that's the thing. We may not get a pullback though. If we get a pullback here, that would be great. Move above 84, come back, All right. So again, we're not gonna chase this. We're just gonna have to wait. So I got some green here. See if we can get a pullback here. Okay. Let's get a pullback here. And just gonna make go long here. Again, we're looking for 10 ticks on the first target. First target got hit, and we're looking for about 20, 84.75. Yeah, a little over 20 ticks here. Maybe that next swing higher here, which is that's a pivot here, 81.75. So I think we might get taken out of break even on the second leg. Again, if we have a positive bar here, we may go higher. We may go long again. So again, one trade, one winner here. Let's see if we gonna go higher here. Okay, we got long here. Let's see. Again. All right. Basically, we're looking for something good to go. So we got about to get my stop moving to break even. Yeah. First target got hit. My stop is being trailed right now. Just look at the middle chart on top here. I want to take my profit before the previous high. Okay, we're getting some push here. We may get taken out half the. Okay, looks like we're going higher here. Looking at my order flow chart. It really almost, you got to my target and it didn't get filled because my target's at 90.75. Since the limit order, it has to kind of, most of the time, it has to trade through it for me to get filled. Because the high on this candle was 90.75, so it hit it. And this is one of those situations you're like, okay, should I just give this a little more room to hit my target, or should I? Because I'm already in profit in both trades, but we're just gonna hang on and see what happens here. If it's gonna hit that 90.75 and trade through it and give us a second win for the day. This would be a full win. The first one was like a half of a win because we got a target. Our target got hit here. So, with that said, we're approaching the previous high, so we're gonna wait on that. And typically, same thing we do on the losing day, we're gonna do on the winning day. We have a limit. We're not gonna trade all day long. If we lose 3 trades in a row, usually, we're gonna call it quits for the day. 3 strikes, you're out. Here we got 2 entries and 2 winners. So with that, we're gonna definitely be, especially on a Friday, we're not gonna extend our lock here. We need to pull back here. I think that big candle on the top right here, that's a 3-minute chart, again, that I use for structure and entry. As you can see, we having some, there's some pauses happening here. I'll move this over here. As you can see, right on top here, we got some aggressive buyers that got trapped. got trapped. Sorry, that got trapped on. So, but it looks like they're coming back in. It's 10 o'clock, so top of the hour. That's another reason why you want to just wait for this to. Okay, getting some selling here at the beginning of the hour. One thing to notice too is the fact that the buyers couldn't make a new high. You know, so but it looks like they're going for that high now. Because if we get a negative bar here, we may see some lower prices. But if we continue to go higher, some best sellers here. Yeah, some aggressive sellers are coming in. So at this point, really, I'm not gonna be trying to go long here at all. Especially it's high. It's high. It's we at retail. You know, we're gonna buy at value and sell at retail. So, but you know, this market here, we can see. You know, after hitting, after being positive on both trades here, we will be cautious. Okay, so looks like the buyers are getting back in control here. So it's a big battle here. So we're just gonna stay away for now, and see how it goes. On the 3 minute, we have some. The previous bar was a bearish bar here. So again, we are looking at just this here. There's a trend line that was broken here too on the medium Renko. Got broken, got retested. So at this point, we may definitely see some bearish movement here. Got some pink background. It's at the sell time too, 10:05. So that's coming up. So we might be a seller here. Yeah. Take this pivot down. Yeah, got pink. It's definitely lining up here to the downside. I remember 77 we said could be support. So that's another level we need to keep an eye on. So at this point, if we were to take a position here, it looks like we wanna sell. We'd be selling. It's ranging here on the top left. So we need a couple bars to the upside and then a U-turn to the downside to engage for short. Could this just be a little pullback from that big, the first 30 minutes? We got a nice little move straight up pretty much from 68 all the way to 91, which is about 23 points. So let's wait and see. We are right at the pivot for the ES. Same thing for the NASDAQ. Will it break it down and go lower? Because that light blue line on the left here, or even in the middle, is supposed to be support because that was resistance. That was the overnight high. Something to keep in mind. Okay. Could we see this happening here? Move down, back, maybe. And then another pullback and to go lower. We'll have to find out. We'll have to wait to find out. It's still very early in the market. It's only 10:07. So, but the fact that we have a lower high here should tell us that the buyers don't have enough strength to move this market to make a new high. So, this one selling could be a nice to be more conservative here, we probably would need to break 77 and come back and retest it. But if it goes higher here and give us a U-turn to the downside, that's enough room for us to to at least get to a first target. See, this is the double pullback we talk about here. Again, this is kind of close to this here at 70, 78. But we may set up a sell here at 80.75. Because that's basically would give us enough room to move our stop to break even. So we got short here. Let's see if we can get to break even at least and hit that first target. Because we been in profit, we're gonna move. We can be a little more aggressive and more. Okay, we got break even already anyway now, so we got the first target in. We're going down, and if we break this, we may see a local. Yeah, we may give it. If it's gonna come back and tag us for a little bit of profit, that's fine. So 3 for 3. So I think as far as entries, we might be done. taking entries for the day. But again, this market looks like it's turning to the downside at the moment. So I don't see any question in the chat. So definitely could be an early stream here today. It's 10:10. Probably trade until like 10:30. Keep the stream alive until 10:30. Yeah, it came back and tagged me to the tick and keep going. It would have hit my second target, but that's the market for you. Sometimes, you know, I think 68 and 3/4 here could be a bounce point because we're at a fair value gap. Plus, it's my line of descent for the day, so let's watch it. Again, we may come back to here. If we think we may come back to this 77 level and get sold here again between 77 and 78.5. So I wouldn't be surprised. And 70. Let me go here and see what the VWAP is. Okay, we're still above the VWAP. So you hit the VWAP here, 71, and bounce to the upside. Again, you get to 77 here. We should see a little fight going on here in those two bands. I think we're going lower here. Yeah, at the moment, I think we might see some bearish movements for the remainder of the day. But it's so early. It's not even half an hour. It hasn't been an hour since the stock market opened, so we still have a lot of time. Things can change in a flash, as we know here in this market now. Will we get that double pullback? We got the first pullback to 77. Will it hit it again? Or maybe even get close to it and turn around to the downside here? That's the question. Or could this be the bounce point they wanted to just get to the fair value gap and go higher? But at the moment, definitely we're in a downtrend here. Definitely favor the short. And they're looking at our order flow. We got some aggressive buying, but there's some selling here at 77, as expected. Got the 122 contracts aggressively sold here. So, okay. Our buyers are pushing higher. There you go. Because they took out this pivot the way they did, very aggressively, I think remain to be seen, but could have been a stop run over here because hey, people that went short here, their stops are right here. So we're just gonna get them out of the market and turn it around. Yeah, that might be what's happening here. I think the short might still be in play here. Yeah. Yeah, the sell's definitely in play here. So the delta is getting more and more negative. I mean, it's going back and forth here, but just gonna see the sellers are definitely present. Should I go for a fourth trade? Probably not. I'm gonna stick to my rules. We have also one thing to keep in mind here. At 9:30, this market open here. So this market open here because the time that you see down here is the time the candle closes. So at 9:33, this candle closed. That means you open at 9:30. So if we put a line here, that's the bottom of the range so far for the initial balance, which is the first hour of trading. So the initial balance is the top blue line and the lower blue line here on the right. So meaning we're like toward the bottom of that range. Again, what was telling to me is the fact that the buyers couldn't get higher with after this big green candle. That's when I'm like, we might be seeing some lower prices here. And turns out that's what happened. This market is a game of probabilities. The probabilities right now, with the internals being read the way they are, and look right now we definitely favor the short, but it's at the moment it's a back and forth market. As you can see here, there was a range that formed here. They break it to the upside, but that doesn't mean they're not gonna turn it around. Now, the interesting thing to see here in the price action here too, we have higher, higher low. So could this be the time they're trying to bring it back higher here too? So there's a lot to keep in mind when trading. You can't have that fixed mindset. You're gonna go with the flow, go with what the market is doing, and time your entries the best that you can. I mean, the bottom line in trading, you're gonna be wrong, and sometimes you're gonna be. If you can be wrong half the time, and every time that you win, you make more money than when you lose, you're still gonna be a profitable trader because people get caught up in winning percentage rates, or I might have a 90% winning rate. Okay, good for you. But if every time that you lose 20 times as much, you're gonna be a loser. Every time that you win $1, and when you lose 20. At a 90% rate, you're gonna be a loser. But if every time I win $2, and every time I lose $1, 50% rate, I'll be a winner. So please don't get caught up in winning percentage. It's more like how much when I lose, how much do I lose? When I win, how much do I win? Now, percentage winning, it's always nice to win. I'm not gonna say no to a high winning percentage, but it is not the most important thing. Yeah. Again, now I think definitely taking a position here would be definitely risky either way, but I would favor the short. I would would favor the short here. 10, 20, about 10 more minutes. We're gonna go bye here. I don't see anybody asking questions in the chat, so we're technically done trading for the day. We're just, just talking about general trading principles at the moment. Again, right here, we should definitely see a little fight going on here. 77 is definitely was a nice level. So above 82, I think we may see higher prices. Also, if we do below 75, so we have this little wedge. It's kind of like a rising wedge, which is a bearish sign in technical analysis, but which has its limitations. But yeah, it broke the wedge to the downside. Looks like we're gonna get some lower prices here. Now we're not gonna get lower prices because you broke the wedge. You broke the wedge because we have lower prices. The lower prices made the breaking of the wedge happen. A lot of times people think, okay, because this formation, we're gonna have this next. No, we don't know what's gonna happen next. We have the formation here. We have the structure here. We have those trend lines. Those usually help us to time our entries. To say, hey, then if this happening, let's take this. It's a if then. In trading, you have to have those if then statements. If this happens, I'll be doing that. Like for example, I would never get caught long here because I already see, hey, we need something above 82 here to go long. At least, break above 82, come back and give me a pullback. But hey, here clearly we're looking at a short market here. Now, it's not always going to be this clear. And also certain things come with experience, if you've been trading for a while, there's certain things that just, and by intuition, you can definitely see them happening before they happen. No, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball at all, but I just know, hey, certain things when they happen, the likelihood for this to happen next is higher than that to happen next. So if if price broke this trend line, the likelihood of the market going higher from here was lower than it going higher from here was lower than it going lower. Or let me just say it a different way. The likelihood for price to go lower was higher than the likelihood price going higher. So at this point, once you break that, I'm not thinking about no longs. Here, again, we may see a retest of 77. And if we get a negative bar here, I think we might see some lower prices. Now this trend line here, that was support. Same thing with horizontal support and resistance. When you do a trend line like this, I call this the backside of the trend line. If it hits this trend line on the other side, we may see some down movement from here. As a matter of fact, right now, it may not even make it there. So let's see if it's going to make it there or not. Yeah, sellers are coming in. Sellers. So yeah, the 7 to 7 level, the overnight high was a very attractive level. Price been bouncing back and forth around that level. Trend is technically up at the moment as far as structure, but definitely be very cautious as it go along. At 74 and a quarter could be a nice short here. Even 74.50. All right, let's see. So definitely at this point, if I was still trading, I would have been short, and my stop probably about 5.7950. It would be my stop, and my first target would have been at first target would have been at 72. Yeah, 72, which is and my second target would be at 79. I mean 69.50. Right before this. So 72 definitely would have hit my first target here. Again, I'm saying all this not in hindsight, and wheel trading doesn't happen in hindsight. It happened at the right edge. That's the title of this live stream. Trading the right edge. So what's gonna happen next? We don't know, but we can get ready and be prepared for what may happen. This is a live stream. Nothing in the Friday morning, 10:28 a.m., November 22nd. So trading the right edge. That's really the best way to learn how to trade. Not so much learn the principles and this and that, this formation, that formation. It's all good, but as the action is unfolding, what do you do? It's like you're going to basic training. But I'm comparing trading to being in the military. But if you go to basic training, at some point you're gonna have to train with live bullets. Same thing with trading. After you learn all the principles and things like that, you have to learn how to trade with live bullets. Here, that was a nice setup 3 on the Raptor here. So definitely was ready for this. Again, one of the reasons what you may ask is, oh, why didn't you take this entry? I already hit my quota for the day, which was 3 winners. I got 3 winners. I'm done. I'm good. I'm only really talking about this here. I would have been already out because I'm doing a live stream. I wanted to get at least to 10:30 here. So I'm already done. I got my 3 winners for the day. I hit my quota. You don't want to be over trading. Now, this was a support. We should expect this probably to be a resistance here. Remember, one of the other places I see the market could have bounced was 70, which is 67. Sorry. So we may see some back and forth here. At this point, I truly believe that, like I said earlier, the remainder of the day, the market might be a bearish one. But Still early because they hit this liquid on bottom left. That little blue box is a liquidity zone. So they get some liquidity here. They're going higher for now, but I think we may see. I believe this is a pullback to go lower, unless they take out. If they go to 79, then we may reconsider. But as long as they stay below 79 here, we're still bearish on this market. Oh, I got two chats. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, so I hit my quota early. If you weren't in the stream yet, yeah, I'm gonna go back before I close out the stream. I'm gonna do a little recap of what happened today. Yeah, today's Friday. At the beginning of the stream, I said I was just gonna hit it and quit it because you don't want to overstay your welcome in this market, especially on the Friday. Again, if we see a turnaround here, I would not be surprised. But at the same time, they may want to go higher here to get some people, to wipe out some people before they go lower. But at this time, trend is a little, structure-wise, again, still up. But thing of trading, by the time you get to the time the structure is down, it's probably too late. Yeah, again, this would be somewhere I would want to try to go short here. Because that double pullback I usually talk about is happening here. Just happened. And I'm favoring the downside, so, short at 73 and a quarter. Stop at 78 and a quarter. Or even more conservative, maybe 79 and a quarter. But seeing some down movement here, it would not surprise me at all. Sellers got aggressive right here. I got some buyers, but let's see if they're gonna survive this. Sellers definitely might just run them over here. It's a pretty positive delta bar. Again, if we get a positive delta bar here and a down bar, that just tells me the buyers will be in trouble here. If we get a positive delta and the bar closed down, the buyers are really in trouble. Also, that up move from here, remember this line, this bottom light blue line on the top right chart was the initial balance low. So usually you get a fade from that level. And if they go below this again, we may see definitely some down movement towards 58, 59, 58. Okay, got a nice, good positive delta here. Let's see if they can follow through here. Yeah, sellers are well and alive here. A few more minutes. I'm going to end the stream unless we have some questions in the chat. But definitely, again, definitely favoring the sell here. But even though we're at a position right now, we're kind of ranging. So there's no, I wouldn't want to be trying to sell or buy here because we can go either way, honestly. Because the last 5 minutes we've been ranging here. But looking at the order flow, the structure, when things are going here in those candles, you can have a sense here it's definitely a big fight between the buyers and sellers here. Which one is going to win? It's not clear yet at this point. It's ranging. Now we have the Globex VWAP. So again, that's a significant level. This market may be, again, structure-wise here, from the time we had this high at 10 o'clock, it's down. But we may see the buyers trying to reclaim some territory here because they've been losing since 10 o'clock. It's been about 30 plus minutes. So yeah, buyers are pushing it higher now. All right, so let me go back and do a quick recap of what happened today for me as trading wise. The market opened because of the news at 9:45. I waited to trade, but I kind of called this long here at 9:32. I said double pullback, we're gonna go higher, and here was another nice, maybe above this blue level here, which was the overnight low 77, would be a nice little breakout trade. I'm not really a breakout trader, but definitely was some momentum to the upside here at that point. Could have definitely taken advantage of that. Now at 10 o'clock, right after 9:45, when the news came out, market push up, and then I waited for this pullback, the double pullback I usually talk about. This is one pullback. Sorry. Let me say this again. This went up. This is a pullback from this leg. And there's another mini pullback here. And then I went long here. Yeah, I think I went long above this resistance. Right here. Got my first target hit. And again, another pullback here. We got long. Both targets got hit. then when the market changes over here with this particular formation, I'm like, okay, we failed to make a new high, so I switched my bias to the downside at that moment. So I went short over here, 80.75. First target got hit. Second position, I was trailing, and he got hit for still in profit, but then eventually my second target would have gotten hit. Since then, it's been kind of like, okay, so we're pushing higher at the moment. So, yeah. And since we had this trendline break, I was kind of bearish. Now we're looking at this market wants to go higher now, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But either way, I'm out. I'm done for the day. Good luck if you're still trading. I'll be live on Monday, once again starting at 9 a.m. Mondays and Fridays are usually iffy days to trade because Mondays you don't know. It's like a plane taking off. You don't know exactly which way the market may be heading, or maybe there's a lot of head fakes that happens. And Fridays, then typically, once again, you may see like a complete reversal for the week, or you can see like a push in the same direction as the week has been. So right now, definitely, if you're trading, be careful. Looks like the buyers want to reclaim what they have lost since 10 o'clock. But we're at a resistance area right now, so I'd definitely be careful. All right, so with that, God bless. Have a good one, and see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.